All right, Kevin, can you tell us a little bit about the plants right here in the middle of the rain garden and what they do?
Okay. Actually, the plants can be of just about anything that you want, as long as it's a native type plant or something that will grow in both saturated conditions and dry conditions, because once the sand underneath us, the water percolates through it, it's more of a dry type thing. So, you know, a sandy soil drains water good. So anyway, you got to have plants that can take both of those type situations. In this particular rain garden or bioretention area, we did a combination of grasses, cool season grasses around the perimeter, and all this is in the flat section, and also a mulch bed with various types of plants. Now you can, what you may see in most, I guess 90% of your rain gardens or bioretention areas, or what you're going to see is this right here is the mulched planting beds, as opposed to the fescue. But on this one, our designer, the engineer that designed the project, said, why don't you look at doing some cool season grass, and basically you just mow it. So it's low maintenance. It also uptakes the nutrients just as these plants would.
I didn't know that grass could handle being underwater for a day.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you get past the 48 hours like Daniel was talking about earlier. Yeah. Then you end up with a situation where the roots, you know, they have to have air. The roots get flooded, and then you have some problems there of the grass dying possibly.
As long as it drains.
Right, within that amount of time, you're in good shape. All right. One thing I didn't mention, wanted to mention here, you see this wire netting around the perimeter of this. This is a temporary situation, and what that's for is when it does flood the area, the mulch tends to want to rise up, and then it would float into the grass. So in an effort to keep that from happening, we put this wire mesh fence up so the mulch rose up and then settled right back down in the same location, so it's not all out in the grass or even overtopping, you know, if it happened to overtop our safety thing there.
But after enough times of filling up and draining, the mulch will get settled, and you can take the fence back.
This could have been taken down probably a month ago, but we decided it's just been left up, so it's not hurting anything. But if a homeowner was to do a project similar to this, they may have to put something up temporarily, but then they could take it back down. And another thing about the plants, you can do it as a landscape feature as well as something functional. So it can actually enhance your landscape.
Best of both worlds.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, so the stormwater enters the catch basin, filters out into the rain garden, and then filters down through the sand, and then what happens?
That's right, Joshua. It feeds down into the sand where there's a set of two corrugated perforated pipes, 6-inch, that feeds into a Y, that then feeds into a 12-inch and blows out right here after it's completely treated. And I've actually came and looked at the water coming in from the parking lot, brought a little glass out, and then I came over here, and it really is crystal clear. It's I was kind of impressed at how clean it looked. And that's it. It hits this drain out here, and it just feeds on down. We reworked this whole drain basin here, and it feeds on down the streams and to the Catawba River eventually. So
does it? I would imagine that the improvements you made slows the water down enough to where when it comes out of here, it follows the path.
It does.
Well, and even if it overflows, it's still channeled into the...
It is. We notched the channel out, in its own grade, 1% or more all the way down, which really you only need a 0.5% for water to run.
All right, Kevin, can you tell me a little bit about the sign here and the fencing and the sidewalk and how that factored into the project?
Okay. If you come out here, someone just come out and looked at this, what some folks may say a hole in the ground with some special plants in it. Yeah. You don't really get any idea of what it is or what kind of work went on getting to this point. Yeah. So we felt like we needed a sign here to provide a little bit of education on what folks were actually looking at. And this sign was specially ordered from I think it was a place in New York. It's made of steel and resin, material that these photographs have been placed in, and it tells you a good brief description on what this rain garden is, how it works, some of the similar things that we've been talking about here.
I see one of the pictures on here is the drainage area.
Right.
Tell a little bit about what impervious surface we have here.
Okay.
And how it drains down into the rain garden.
Right. We, of course, to do a rain garden, theoretically, you need an impervious surface to make it, worthwhile.
Yeah.
So we found the impervious surface here. We have the parking lot, which rooftop and actually driveway that comes in from the street up there. In addition to the impervious area, you have part of the baseball field, the grassy areas that go into this area also make part of this drainage area that flows into the rain garden. So we're capturing all this water in that corner we were looking at earlier, and it goes into there. So,
okay. Well, tell me a little bit about the fencing here. I don't guess it drains any water.
The fencing is not a functional part.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it is functional to some extent.
Yeah.
But it is an aesthetic sort of upgrade that we felt that we needed. We actually doing a couple of different things here. We're connecting the parking lot to the second baseball field, to the stands. Have a nice all-weather path to go over there, whereas before it was sort of a drop-off here and you just walk through the grass whether it's wet or whatever. The fence also sort of separates the rain garden from the other areas, so we just think it just added that final touch to the project that we were looking for.
It looks very nice.